So with this video, I'm going to take everything that I've been discussing over the last few weeks or so. We're going to wrap it all up into a nice, beautiful theory as to what is going on in our reality. Yin and yang, shadow and form, dystopia and utopia, beast and consciousness. Each part works synergistically with the other in order to create a state of balance. A shadow cannot exist without form. Yin is out of balance without yang, and I would argue that a dystopia cannot exist without a utopia. Now, as I've discussed in a previous video, we are in fact living in a dystopia. This is the shadow world, the world described in Plato's allegory of the cave. Or, for the sake of this discussion, let's call this a shadow dimension. Now, that to me suggests that there has to be a more formative dimension, a dimension that casts or creates the shadow that is this dimension. Now, just as you and your shadow are one, the formative dimension, the world outside of Plato's cave, the dimension reported as more real by those who've had psychedelic experiences, near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences. That dimension and this one are one, and the entities that exist between are also one. The third dimension and the fourth dimension are halves of a whole. We are multidimensional beings existing simultaneously in both the third and the fourth dimension. Remember, time is an illusion. Now, you're probably wondering, what does all of that have to do with utopias and dystopias? Well, remember I said I was going to wrap up all of the theories I've discussed over the last couple of weeks in this video, so brace yourself. I think that who we really are four-dimensional beings intentionally occupying three-dimensional form. I think that whomever created this simulation realized that in order for a utopia, the fourth dimension, to exist, a dystopia, the third dimension, also had to exist in order to create that force of balance. I think our consciousness logs out of the simulation and into the fourth dimension every time our bodies sleep. I think that the third dimension is the workplace of 4D beings. And I think that the entities that harvest the energy or the luge generated by us in this dimension are still us.